In today's video, I'm going to give you a full walkthrough to the app Metricool. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to get started, all the way through all the features and how to use them effectively. Now, if you want to go ahead and start using it, there's going to be a link in the description that you can click on, and that will take you straight to Metricool. So let's get right into the video. Now, first of all, once you've signed up for Metricool, you should be brought to a page that looks something like this, and this is going to be the Connections tab. Here you're able to go ahead and connect all of your different social media accounts, and the reason you want to connect them is because this is going to allow you to see which platforms are performing well for you. And it's pretty simple to connect an account. You just have to find the connection you want. So let's say Twitter here, we click on it here, it's going to open up Twitter. We're going to hit on the authorize app button, and boom, we've connected our Twitter account up. Now we can do this for any of the connections we have here, and it's going to be a pretty similar process to connect it up. So now that we've gone ahead and connected up our social medias, we're going to go over to where it says analytics in the top right hand corner up here, or left hand corner I should say, and then it's going to show all of the different social medias that you've connected up. Now you can go through them individually one by one, so if you click on the left hand side you can click on them, and you can also do it on summary, and this is going to look across the board essentially. So if we go ahead first of all and we can look at Twitter, for example, we can see the amount of posts I've posted on specific dates. We can see the amount of followers I've got, the following, and then the second level. So the second level is basically the amount of followers your followers have. So this is quite an interesting metric because it allows you to see if you got reshared by all of your followers, this is how many accounts would potentially see it. So it's a great indication of why things like reposts and that kind of stuff are very important. And then lastly, we can see our posts here, and we can change the date range here if we wanted to. So this is last 30 days. We could change it to the last 3 months, whatever we want. And then down here, it's going to give us a little bit of data. This is about, how many followers I've got in the time period, how many daily. These are averagely, and then, the average daily posts, the average weekly posts, all that kind of stuff. Now, if we keep scrolling down, we can go all the way to the bottom here. This gives a bit more data. So we've got our mentions, we've got our, this is the post published again. We've got our types of posts, so replies, originals, and reposts. And down here, we have a section for competitors. And this is where we can basically put our competitors in there, and we can compare ourselves essentially to the competition. Now, to be able to do this, you're going to have to pay for the premium plan, which you can upgrade to. But this is going to allow us to see how we're growing compared to different competitors. We can line up lots of different competitors in there. And by doing this, we can see the ones that are growing very quickly, and we can analyze what they're doing, copy what they're doing, and implement it into our own social media strategy so that we can grow quickly or even beat them. And it's just a great way to see benchmarks and how we're doing. It's good if you add competitors in your niche. Now on the left hand side, we also have reports. So with reports, we can create these sort of custom reports here, and we can change the data, we can change the date period. If we upgrade to advanced, it allows us to get some more in-depth reports. You can use different logos, backgrounds, different templates, so that's quite useful. And you can optimize them for your brand basically. But we can go down here, we can select which ones we want to include. We can put all of them. We can sort it by impressions, date network. We can check the amount of rows we want to have. And then down here we can have a logo, and then we can generate it as a PDF, PPT, which is a PowerPoint presentation. Download as one of those, and we can also set it so that we get a report monthly to our email with all the data. Now this could be useful if you are managing some different companies, so maybe you are running some growth for some different brands. It'd be good if you had this that you can present to them each month to show them their growth, and you can make some projections, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really cool, useful feature that's very it's visual, very visual. We've also got this here, which is the hashtag tracker. So we can check different hashtags, how they're doing, the amount of posts for them. And this is useful for helping us to see which basically hashtags we should be including on platforms like Twitter and Instagram, for example. And lastly, on this sort of a main dashboard that we've got here, we can go down to brand settings, we can go to team access, and then here we can actually add team members to our account. So a lot of the time we will have team members who might need to access these reports. So you might have a designated person who deals with all of your content creation, that kind of stuff. You can add them in here and they can just deal with it, and you can give them certain permissions, that kind of thing. So this is a really great feature to help you outsource it. So next up here we have the inbox section. And this is a really, really useful feature because it allows us to have all of our inboxes from different platforms in one place, which means that we can just manage all of our replies, that kind of thing, in one platform, so we don't have to log into each different one. And this is especially useful if you're using, 10 different social medias. They'll all be here, and we can use it just as a there's chat on here, so you can just instant message people. There's also comment replies, so you can reply to comments, that kind of thing. So you can do all of your content community management through here. It's really good. You've got filters, you can start new conversations, and it just saves so much time having to log into each of these different platforms. Now moving on to the next feature, which is one of my favorite. This is the planning section. Now, one reason I hate Twitter is that you go on it and you just scroll endlessly. But with this, it allows you to plan your content and even schedule it and post it all from here without having to go onto Twitter itself. You don't have to get sucked into the algorithm and, going on and all that kind of stuff. So what you can do here is they've got the calendar view, and we can select the date, times, all that kind of stuff. And we can go over here to the top right and we can click create post. So what this is going to allow us to do is create a post for whatever platform we want. I've only got Twitter and YouTube linked right now, but if you have other ones linked, it's going to allow you to post them all here. And what we can do is we can type text in here, so we can say, hey, this is an automated message, and it's going to show you what it looks like on the right hand here. And then down here you can add stuff like media, emojis, URLs, AI generator, and then they've got save text, so you can actually go ahead and save text here. Now here as well, what you can do is you can basically format it. And this one is for Twitter up here, but if you wanted to do it on Instagram, you've got that there. And then down the bottom here, we've got our global presets and we've got our Twitter presets, so we can set all of that up. Now once we're ready to go ahead and post it, we can change the date down here, so whatever date we want to. We can schedule it, and it's going to go ahead and post that on Twitter on that date. So that's a really, really useful feature that will save a lot of time and help you to bulk add your media and that kind of stuff. Now, one thing you may have noticed when looking at my screen right now is you can see there's like these gray areas here, and some of them are darker. This is basically the best times you should be posting on the platform. So this changes based upon your accounts and your followers, that kind of thing. But you can see for me, these are the best times I should be posting to get the best engagement. And if I turn this on here, this will show you the percent of my followers that are active at these times. So we've got we have 25% at 1 a.m, at 9 a.m, 25%, and then at 1 p.m, we have 100%. So for me, a good time would be 1 p.m. So for you, it will be completely different. And up here, you can change the time zone to fit your own time zone, basically. Now, next up, we have our smart link section, and this is very similar to something like Linktree, where you can basically have a little pop-up with all your different links on it with buttons, and you can track them, all that kind of stuff. So I'll show you how it works here. This would be my link. I'd put this in my bio of all my social medias, and then I can add a button here. So I could say YouTube. And I can post the link to my YouTube here. So when someone clicks on that button, it will send them to the YouTube. And I can basically do this with all of the different links if I want to. Now down here, they already have some for the different platforms that are integrated. They've got all of these different ones. But if you've got some ones here like consulting, for example, you could put your website in there, add a link there, and you could send someone to your consulting website from that link. And this is quite useful. It allows you just to put all of your links in one place. Just easy, manageable, and then you can just track where each is coming from, that kind of thing, which is quite useful. And if you look on the analytics here, you've got all these different reports, but again, you have to upgrade to premium for that. But it is worth it if you are spending a lot of time on your content. It helps you just track it all. Lastly, we have our ads stuff. So this is for paid ads. We have Facebook, Google, and TikTok. You can connect all of these accounts up, and it allows you to see which campaigns are doing well, which keywords are doing well, all that kind of stuff. So you can basically optimize all of your campaigns from in here, and you can track them as well, which is very useful. It saves you from having to log into all the different platforms, especially if you have multiple different accounts that you run ads from. So it's a very useful feature there. Now, just briefly before we end the video, I thought I would go through the costs. So if you want this on a monthly plan, and let's say we'll do it in dollars, if you want, the starter plan is $22 a month. You get 2,000 posts a month, which is enough for most people. You get reports, competitor analysis, multiple smart links, and AI. And this is for up to 5 brands, so it's fine for most people. Then advanced, you get basically a little bit more, and enterprise, you get way more. If you're starting out, this one is probably going to be okay, but if you've got a team that's managing a few different accounts, that kind of thing, then this one will probably be your best bet to go for. But it's really up to you. Read what the different features are, and then pick accordingly. But that's basically how you use Metricool. Now, as I said before, there's going to be a link in the description, which if you click on it, it will allow you to sign up to Metricool. It also helps out the channel, so if you click that, I'd appreciate it. And that is basically my full beginner's guide. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and subscribe, and click the link below. Thank you for watching.